Good morning, everybody. Today is November 1st, which means it is the first day of NaNoWriMo. I had plans for today that already have not gone as I anticipated. I sort of wanted to attempt another writing for 24 hours type of thing. However, I like to sleep. So I already knew I wasn't gonna literally start writing at midnight because we just ain't about that life. I set my alarm for 4 a.m. and with the intent to wake up then and start writing, but then it went off and I turned it off and fell back asleep. So I didn't actually get up until 6:30. So we lost 6.5 hours of the 24-hour thing. So this isn't gonna be a 24-hour challenge, but I do plan to write basically for the rest of the day until midnight, just to get as many words in on day one as I possibly can. I just finished my first sprint in which I wrote 119 words. Part of that is because it took me a sec to place myself back into the story, because I started this draft a while ago. This was pre-move basically, because this was my 10,000 word day challenge was when I started this book. So it's been a hot sec, but I am literally ecstatic to be working on it again. It hasn't really been something that I'm super eager to get back to until the past few days. It's literally just taken up my every waking thought, and so I'm so excited that Nano has finally started so that I can start working on it again. I said this book was my 10,000 words in a day challenge. However, I did delete some stuff as I was kind of reviewing things for Preptober. So my starting word count on this document is 7,407 words. So by the end of November, the goal is to be at 57,407 words. And then that will be my 50,000 words for NaNoWriMo. I don't anticipate being done with the book at that point. I think I'll be close. I think at 57,000 words, I'll be in Act 3 or very close to it at the very least. I tend to underwrite my first drafts, and then in revisions is kind of where the word count grows. And so I don't anticipate this full first draft being any more than 65 or 70,000. And then from there, I think the number will grow. I think this book is going to be a little bit longer than Project Shadows, but I'm gonna try to not make it longer by much. I ideally overall would like to keep it under 100,000, but that's a question for the future because there's absolutely no way my first draft is gonna even come close to that. It's about noon right now, and I've made it to about 4,000 words. Don't know the exact number. It will be on the screen somewhere. I'm feeling really good so far. I am excited to be making so much progress on day one. So technically my daily word count for this week, if I'm doing the exact same amount of words every single day, was supposed to be 2,750 words. So what I did was I kind of made my own daily word count goals, just because the standard 1,667 words per day is good if you plan on writing the same amount of words every single day. I don't do that. I know a lot of people don't do that, and I know some common advice is basically to count the number of days that you will be writing and then use that number to divide by 50,000. I did that sort of. I gave myself a weekly word count goal. So if you saw my planning for the rest of the year video, you saw me go week by week in November and basically put what point I want to be at in each week, depending on what I had going on that week and how much I knew I was going to be able to write. So from there, I figured out, okay, that's 12,000 words this week. How many days during this week am I writing? Divide 12,000 by that number, and that's how I get my daily word count goals. So I'm really happy that I won't actually be having to write 2,750 words every single day this week, because that's a lot of words. I already know myself, and I already know that I don't average like 3,000 words a day, which was sort of making this nano feel a bit intimidating, but that's also why I wanted to make such a big push on day one. Hopefully not to burn myself out too early, but to really just ride the motivation that I have right now in order to like get a big chunk done. Now that we've blown past my minimum word count goal for the day, I'm not really planning on setting a new one for myself. I'm just gonna keep working on it all day and just sort of see where I end up, and then that can help me adjust some of my daily word count goals going forward, because they are pretty big. Even after this week, I think it's averaging around 2,600, 2,700 a day each week. And so I definitely want to get that number down overall, just to make it a bit more manageable for me this month.